Is the Russian annexation of Crimea colonialism, or is it some new hybrid form of expansion? Before the occupation of Crimea and parts of Donbas, Russia could be called a neocolonial power with soft power policy and influence on the political system of the dependent country. However, the occupation of Ukrainian territories automatically made Russia a 19th-century colonialist. Here are a few factors that speak eloquently about Russia's colonial policy towards Crimea. On paper, the occupation authorities of Crimea claim that the Ukrainian and Crimean Tatar languages in the region have the same status as Russian. These statements, however, have been hiding a policy of total Russification of the peninsula throughout the years of annexation. It was only with the outbreak of Russia's full-scale war against Ukraine that the occupation authorities of Crimea openly equated the Ukrainian language with extremist symbols. Back during World War II, the Soviet government began the first of 4 waves of renaming settlements in Crimea. Most place names of Crimean Tatar origin were Russified. Thus, Vakuf-Karjov became Chizhivka, Yarulghach became Межводный, Tyrnak became Professor's Corner, and Yelimainak became Zaozerne. Such a policy is toponymic aggression, when the Ukrainian government passed a decree in 2016 that returned the original names to 70 Crimean settlements. As part of the communization, it was not only an anti-communist action, but also an important step in Ukraine's decolonial movement. Colonial powers exploit the resources of the occupied country, destabilizing the economy and social mechanisms. Unable to lead a decent life under occupation, residents of the occupied region looked for work in the colonizers' big cities and became cheap labor. The immigrant is left without access to healthcare, security, and legal protection, becoming a person whose life is threatened by the condition of his or her life. This is the result of necropolitics. Russia can be called a retrograde country that constantly refers to its mythologized history. Putin's government cannot offer a decent model for the future, so it turns to the familiar past. The past and history are also a resource that can be rewritten in any way. Therefore, by Russifying history and giving Russia the first place on the political map of the world, Kremlin methodologists deliberately erase the memory of the achievements of other nations or their connection to a particular territory. This is the reason why Russian history textbooks do not mention the indigenous peoples of Crimea, and the peninsula itself is turning into an eternal part of Russia.